I asked a 93-year-old billionaire for life advice and it blew my mind. Why would it blow? Well, he is a billionaire. So let's see then, I guess.
I'm willing to give it everything I got to make it succeed. We've been 3.2 billion. Next thing I know.
Okay, I see why it will blow your mind. I love it when billionaires say like, I'm a B with a billionaire. It's like, oh, chill out, we know. Okay?
I'm willing to give it everything I got to make it succeed. We've been 3.2 billion. Next thing I know, we're in the middle of 9/11. Biggest mistake I made. I say I've done a terrible job at making the world a better place. You really want to get there, there's only one way.
Today, we sit down with 93-year-old billionaire Larry Silverstein, the man who owns the World Trade Center in New York City. Larry's story of success is a perfect example of what we should all be striving for. He spent over 60 years building his business, has been married to the same woman for 68 years, and
that's impressive.
Has lived way past the average lifespan and is still working to this day.
I don't know.
He's lived way past the average lifespan. Could that be because he's a billionaire? Let me know in the comments.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if I retired.
This video is one of the funniest and most impactful that I've ever filmed. And Larry's advice that you're about to hear is worth listening to over and over again. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
This video is going to be good then.
How old are you?
93, moving aggressively toward 94.
What does it feel like to be 93, moving aggressively towards 94?
I'm just 93 and having a good time being 93.
Would you say you feel your age?
It's impossible to be 93 without feeling your age.
A lot of people don't reach the age that you're at, right? 93 is way above the average in the US. What would you say you've done in your life to get to 93 and still be doing what you're doing?
Have money.
Work my tail off. I find working is my life. I've done it all my life. And I've had an interesting time doing it. So, for example, here at the Trade Center, I meet all kinds of fascinating people like yourself.
Thank you.
You get different perspectives, different value structures. It's a fascination.
A lot of people would have retired by this age. You know, you're plenty busy.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if I retired.
People want to be rich fast, successful fast, get abs fast, you know, everything fast. For you, it's been a long journey, right? The successes have kind of come and come and come. So I guess it's a matter of patience as well.
It's not only patience, it's a willingness to invest a significant amount of time, effort, energy, and money. I look back on my life, whatever I accomplished, brick by brick by brick by brick, year by year by year by year. Fast? No way. I couldn't do it.
So what do you say to someone who is always thinking fast?
I tell them, good luck. Simple. I know I couldn't do it. It took me 50 or 60, 65 years of hard work. If you didn't come in on Sunday, don't bother coming in on Monday. I mean, you had to work. There was no other way.
If you're looking back, what is one thing that you spent a lot of time worrying about when you were younger, and as you got older, you realized it wasn't actually that important?
Good
I
question.
look back and I realize stress is supposed to be a terrible thing for you. All kinds of medical things tell you stress is bad. I live my life on stress. Stress all the time. I look up, I say to people, doctors tell me stress is bad. I said, I'm 93. I live my life with stress. I said, how can I account for it? They said, well, you're different. I think
that's very interesting, actually. I wasn't expecting to hear that. So he's saying, actually, be stressed. Could he be referring to, you know, diamonds are made under pressure and stuff like that? Could that be translating to pressure? So meaning, if you're on your toes, then you've got that almost like a coal under your butt burning. So you cooking, I'm joking. So you're burning for the next step. Could that be what he's referring to? Because I've never heard somebody mention stress. He's 93. He must know some stuff. I mean, and he's a billionaire with a B.
I think the things that gave me the most stress, the tough stress,
your wife,
health issues within the family. When someone gets sick, stuff really begins to happen.
Yeah.
That's the most critical issue. Illness within the family. Because then everything else stops. You focus together on how to make this better.
Right.
What's the most important decision you're going to make in your life.
Whoa, before you hear the answer, I just want to give you a free gift for being here. After interviewing 1,000 of the highest, we've listened to this now.
Make important decision.
Expires in 24 hours.
What's the most important decision you're going to make in your life? What do you think it is?
Who you marry?
Yeah, I was literally going to say the same thing. Who you marry, but because he's wise and old 93, I don't know, he might say, wrong, I knew you was going to say that. It's actually who you don't... No, I'm joking. All right, cool.
The spouse. The most important decision you make in your entire life is the spouse. Because the wrong one is a disaster. The right one is fantastic. Now, I've had the right one for 68 years. Everything we've done together as a team. It's been wonderful. Absolutely. I couldn't ask for a better relationship than I have with my wife. It's been fabulous. When it came to buying...
All right, I didn't mean to pause so much, but he said they've been together since 68. Could you argue the women available in today's generation, fellas, yes, you at home, let me know. The women in our day and age are the Frank Castles or the 304s or 30 or whatever they're called. There's a lot of degenerate women, and would you say it's rare to find such a woman in our day and age, or would you argue the opposite?
Better relationship than I have with my wife. It's been fabulous. When it came to buying the Trade Center, I sat with her one day and I said, sweetheart, this is what I think I'd like to do and why. And she said, it sounds interesting. Is there risk? I said, yes, there's plenty of risk. I told her what the risk was. Plenty of downside. Is there upside? A ton of upside. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy it. She said, can we handle the downside if it happens? I said, yes. Will it affect the family adversely to the point where we really have problems? I said, no. They should go ahead and try to get it done. We bid $3.2 billion.
That's a wonderful way of risk assessment.
Analyzing.
Very important.
Yeah.
When it came time to 9/11, she saw me getting dressed. She said, where are you going? I said, I'm going down to work. She said, but you can't go. I said, why can't I go? She said, you got light skin, light color hair. You got a problem. You got to go to the dermatologist. I said, okay, I'll go next month. She said, no. You cancel the last one. You cancel the month before. You cannot cancel. You must go to the... She got upset. I said, yes, dear, I'll do whatever you want, but don't get upset. Don't get excited. Next thing I know, we're in the middle of 9/11. Days.
That's a bit sus to me, boys and girls. It's a bit sus. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section down below. So he didn't go because his wife said you need to do your hair or something. What? Yeah, light the color. Yeah, sir. Let me check the comment section. Sir. All the advice was well until something was shady. If you're not in Sunday. Alright, cool. I'm trying to see if anybody's mentioning. Alright, I don't want to get this video taken down, but let me know if you know what I'm referring to.
She said, but you can't go. I said, why can't I go? She said, you got light skin, light color hair. You got a problem. You got to go to the dermatologist. I said, okay, I'll go next month. She said, no. You cancel the last one. You cancel the month before. You cannot cancel. You must go to the... She got upset. I said, yes, dear, I'll do whatever you want, but don't get upset. Don't get excited. Next thing I know, we're in the middle of 9/11. Days and weeks and months that followed. This is probably the most tense time of my life. The pressures were huge. By that time, I was 70 years of age, had a lot of experience in the business. If I didn't have that experience, I couldn't have done it. But with that experience, I was able to do it.
So you've been together since you were my age. I'm 25.
Yes.
Can you define the word love?
Oof, good question.
With great difficulty, the feeling you have for each other, the appreciation you have of each other, the respect, the positive attitude you carry to each other, being there for each other without any equivocation whatsoever. There's never an issue, should I, shouldn't I? If it's something that is important for the family or important to your spouse, you do it. Simple. Love is a conglomeration of attitudes, feelings. I mean, there's just so much that's part of it.
It's a loaded question.
It's almost impossible to define.
Yeah.
Make sure you marry the right spouse. Nothing more important in your entire life.
There's not that many people who've achieved the success that you have. A lot of those people, let's say the billionaires, they have entered turmoil in their love life or certain parts of their life. But your relationship has stayed regardless of the success that you've achieved. It seems like the success never got to your head, right? You're stuck with the same person your whole life.
When you get to my age, you look back. So what's obvious to me is that your accomplishments in terms of monetary issues, meaningless. Number of buildings you own, you operate, you build, meaningless. Number of books you wrote, meaningless. Your net worth, forget about it.
Meaningless.
What's the most important thing you got in your life besides your spouse? Your family. That's where everything is. Your family. Nothing more important in your life than your family. It's provided a dimension in life that's been spectacular, because when you get involved where you can make a difference, where you can affect people in a positive fashion, you can make the world a better place. That's your obligation. Right? We're here for a purpose. Make the world a better place. Right now, I look back and I say, I've done a terrible job in making the world a better place.
I think you've done pretty well.
I would have much preferred, at 93 years of age, that the world can be at peace. It's anything but at peace. It's a tough time.
If you could go back in time, knowing what you know today, and give your younger self, let's say your 25-year-old self, one piece of advice, what would you say to him?
Be prepared for whatever it is you'd like to do or you want to do with your life. Make sure you're focused on it properly. Make sure you get it the time and attention it deserves to enable you to say, this is, with confidence and intelligence, this is what I want to do, and this is how I expect to do it. And then be prepared to say to yourself, I'm willing to give it everything I got to make it succeed. Because you can't do life halfway. It doesn't work. If you really want to get there, there's only one way. Give it everything you got. Work your tail off to make it happen. But the most important thing is your family.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Wisdom. Let's see some of these comments again. I wish I could have retired in my 50s. I'm 65 now, started investing late. I keep telling you guys, start investing. What, a 401k, do something, okay? Mutual funds, stocks, crypto shares, ISAs, all of that. Do something now, because later on in the future, you might be reaping off and eating off of the dividends rather than damaging your initial investment. So now, I don't care if you're 40, 50, now is the best time. The future is going to happen regardless. What matters is where it finds you. Does it find you on the good end, where you're eating off of the fat of the land, as they say in mice and men, or will it find you on the other end, where borrower is now the slave to the lender? But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Link in the description.